Hey y'all, I'm on my way home finally. I am going to give you what I am going to title Rants from a Redneck. It's funny, y'all. I never considered myself a redneck, but I love the outdoors and I love uh, hunting and fishing and gardening. Y'all know that. After I retired, actually about 15 years, I guess, after I retired, I moved from the city out to the country where I am now. Wait, that can't be right, because I've been out there 10 years. I guess it's 10 years after I retired. I've been retired 20 years this year. So it's about 10 years after I retired, I moved out to the country. And not long before that, maybe 3 or 4 years before that, I had started my Facebook page. And when I moved out to the country, somebody jokingly told me, a friend of mine jokingly told me I should change my name to Redneck Stan since I was moving out to the country. And I did. And I had on Facebook, my name was Redneck Stan for a long time, and then finally one day, I don't know if somebody reported it or what, but Facebook wanted me to prove that that was my name. And of course I couldn't prove it, so I had to change it. So it's got my real name on there now. But anyway, and I saw all that, and then about 6 months ago, last October, we had a all-class reunion from the high school I went to school with. It was a very small school, and so instead of having individual class reunions once every 5 years, they have an all-class reunion. Anybody who ever went to school there can go. And I went, and I've been to the last 3 of them. There's a guy there that I grew up with. He was in the same grade as me. I think he was a year or 2 younger than me, because he was like a genius and he skipped a grade or 2. But he and I were good friends. But he was, back in my days, everybody was either a cowboy or a hippie. And I was a cowboy and he was a hippie. But we still got along good. I got along with everybody, and I still do. It doesn't matter. But right after high school, he disappeared, and nobody knew where he went. He just vanished from planet Earth. Last year, just before the reunion, the all-class reunion, another one of my friends that I grew up with found him in California, of all places, which didn't surprise me. I kind of suspected he was out there, but the reason I could never find him, and the reason I guess other people couldn't find him, he changed his name. And anyway, this one guy who was valedictorian of my class, he somehow found him. I don't know how, but he found him and invited him to the reunion, and the guy came. It's the first time any of us had seen him, and let's see, that's 50 years. And it was good to see him, and he looked exactly like he did, last time I saw him 50 years ago, except, aged a little. But anyway, he and I got there early, and we sat and talked for an hour probably before anybody else started showing up. And then after the reunion, he has remained in touch by email. And he said, we were talking, I don't remember what we were talking about, one of the first emails, and I was voicing my viewpoint on politics or something. I made some comment, I don't remember what it was, and I suspected I knew what his viewpoint was, but I didn't know because we never talked politics. I said something, and I don't remember what it was, but he came back, and his response to whatever I said was, "You must watch Fox News." I said, actually, no, I don't. I don't watch any TV because I don't have cable or satellite out where I live. I said, I got rid of it back in 2014, and I don't watch TV at all. So, no, I don't watch Fox News. I said, I do keep up with what's going on you know, going to different websites and so forth. And we got to talking about the coronavirus and everything, and he has a totally different viewpoint of what I call a scamdemic. He calls it pandemic, and he is scared to death that the whole world is going to die because of a virus that doesn't even kill as many people as the flu. And he and I have had several discussions, and now I guess he stopped talking to me because he doesn't respond to emails anymore. But anyway, I have been in town. Y'all know that. I came into town for some business this morning. When I used the toilet in the RV and flushed it, the water coming in would not stop coming in, and it was about to run over. I couldn't get it to stop. And an RV has a different kind of toilet. They're not built and put together the same as a house toilet, and I didn't know how to stop it, so I ran outside and turned the water supply to the RV off. I've got to have water in the RV, so I came into town to buy a new valve to go in the toilet, which I hope is the problem, and will fix it so the water will turn off after I flush it instead of keep running, and I can have water at the sink and at the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink, and water for my coffee maker and such as that, shower with and so forth. Anyway, that's why I came into town. But while I was in town, I went ahead and downloaded my videos for what I am convinced is the number one way Satan uses to draw people away from God. I got those downloaded. I got them online. They're available to view. Just before it ended, though, my phone overheated and it turned off, and so I had to finish it with a second video. So you got like 28 or 29 minutes on one video and 2 or 3 minutes on the last one. So you've got those up now. But since I was in town, which I hate to go to town, since I was in town, I went and ran a few other errands also. And around here, every town has a mandate to wear a mask whenever you go into a business. I didn't wear a mask anywhere. I never wear a mask anywhere. They don't do any good. They don't prevent me from getting coronavirus, and they don't prevent people that has it from spreading it. I can't breathe with them. They're hot. They make my glasses fog up, and I don't wear them. Nobody's ever said anything to me, and I doubt anybody ever will. But it made me do a lot of thinking today. I was watching people today when I walked around the different stores I went in, and there was always, every store I went in there, I saw 4, 5, 6 other people that did not wear a mask. I had to run into Walmart to pick up something for a friend who sent me a text knowing that I was in town, asking me to pick up something at Walmart for her. I don't go to Walmart unless it's a matter of life and death practically. But for her, I went by there and picked up what she requested. And I even saw 4 or 5 Walmart employees that they had their mask on, but it's down at their throat. It wasn't over their mouth, it wasn't over their nose. It was on, but it was hanging around their throat, wrapped around their throat. Y'all, what is the purpose of a friggin' mask? It has nothing to do with controlling a virus that really is no threat. What is this whole scamdemic about? Y'all talk to me in the comments down below. It's not about the virus, y'all. I hope you're awake enough to know that. It's not about the virus. Even the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, has recently come out and said that their numbers, their reporting numbers, were wrong. And I knew they were wrong all along. And they said that a lot of people that died, that got coronavirus put as the cause of death, did not die from coronavirus. Many of them had serious illnesses before they got coronavirus. They died after coronavirus. Even though they did not die of coronavirus, that's what was put on their death certificate. The whole thing is a scam. And the whole thing, you go back and look at, oh, I forgot what the meeting was called in New York City back in October of 2019, where Bill Gates attended. I can't remember what that meeting was. Something 721, Agenda 721 or Meeting 721, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, go back and look at that. The video of that meeting is online. Look at that. And then tell me that the scamdemic that started in February or March was not planned. There's no way you can convince me that it was not planned. It was planned way back before even October, when they had that meeting. And that meeting was to discuss what to do, the actions to take, how to handle if not just a illness, not just a virus, but if a coronavirus happened to break out. And then bam, a few months later we had a coronavirus breakout. So don't tell me all of this wasn't planned. And what is the purpose of planning something like that? The purpose of planning something like that, I am convinced in my mind, is to control the people so the New World Order can take over. I have looked and researched and read everything I can find, and I am still convinced that is the reason for the whole thing. I've got something, and if I can find it, I'll put it as the cover picture, the thumbnail picture for this video. It is showing the wealth increase of some of the top actors in all this scamdemic mess. Bill Gates, one of them. George Soros, one of them. I can't remember who the others are. And they all were billionaires. I mean, more billions than President Donald Trump had. And during this scamdemic, their billions has like quadrupled. So don't tell me it is about a virus. It is not about a virus. They got us wearing masks, or they got most of you wearing masks. They got a lot of people wearing masks when they're alone in their car, which is stupid. You afraid you're going to give the virus to yourself or catch it from yourself? What is the purpose of wearing a mask in your car? Everybody down here in South Texas got the windows rolled up and the air conditioner on. Ain't nobody going to drive by and spit in your car and give you the coronavirus. It's ridiculous. People have gone crazy. People are like sheep being led to the slaughter. Anyway, I'm going to hush. I got to get this thing loaded. I'm getting close to home anyway. Another 10 or 15 minutes, I'll be home. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all give me comments. Let's hear some talk about this. I want to see what the YouTube world thinks about all this. Love y'all. Subscribe to my channel. Ain't no telling what I'm going to post next. There ain't no telling. I post all kind of stuff. Talk to you later, y'all.